Welcome to the Hole as our number one Grambling State Tigers finally have a home game, and they welcome the 6th-ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers to town for another top 10 matchup. First quarter action, Williams drops back, fakes the screen and hits Spence upfield, and he picks up 10. Then Williams from the empty set tucks it and decides to take off. He weaves through traffic and picks up 9. Next play, Williams goes back to the air, hitting Smith on the slant, and he fights his way to 11 yards. 2 plays later, Williams with the deep drop, moves to his right, avoids 2 defenders, but Ken Johnson lowers the boom and gets the sack. It's 3rd down. Williams scans the field, but here comes the pressure. Dan Bird gets the sack. Nebraska would punt. GSU takes over. Jackson takes the handoff up the middle, sheds a tackle, and fights his way to 10 yards. Then Walker comes out throwing, hitting Bobby Smith on the slant. He plants and picks up 13. Few plays later, Kevin Easley takes the sweep, cuts it back, and finds some space. He picks up 14. Next play, Walker with the 3-step drop. It hits Antonio on the curl, and the junior turns and gains 17. 2 plays later, Nebraska sends the blitz, but Walker lobs it to the outside for Carter in the end zone. Touchdown, Grambling! Tigers up 7-0. Next Cornhuskers possession, Peters takes the power right, gets the edge, sheds 1, 2, and 3 tackles and gains 17. 2 plays later, Williams with the play action, and he throws a jump ball for Spence in the middle of the field, and the big wideout picks up 31. New set of downs, Williams drops back, tries to take off, but gets sacked by Caleb Causey. 3rd down, Williams with the quick snap, tries to tuck it, and goes down again. Mike Anderson gets the sack. Nebraska settles for 3. Ensuing kickoff, Eric Rogers 8 yards deep, and he's bringing it out. He hits the sideline, cuts it back inside, then back out, and has some green. The speedy corner gets out to midfield after a 58-yard return. And the offense comes out running. Walker keeps the option right and picks up 8. 2 plays later, Walker drops back and hits Hicks on the drag route, and the big tight end picks up 7. Then on 2nd down, Easley takes the counter right, gets the edge, makes a juke move, and picks up 12. After a false start penalty, Walker goes back to the air, scans the field, and hits Harper across the middle, and it's 1st and goal. Then 2-5 would punch it in. Touchdown, Grambling! Tigers up 14-3. Nebraska takes over. Williams with the play action, and he finds his big tight end Harris on the outside. He gets popped, but gains 18. Later in the drive, Williams drops back. He loads up and tries to go deep, but Travis Haley picks him off, and he's bringing it back to the 20-yard line. What a play by the safety. And GSU looks to capitalize. Walker drops back and hits Carter wide open across the middle for 18. A few plays later, Jackson takes the handoff, cuts it back left, turns upfield, and picks up 15. Next play, Walker goes back to the air, connecting with his cousin Antonio, and the wideout turns upfield and picks up 13. Next play, look at the vision by Pierre Jackson, starting right, cutting it back left, and finding some space and picking up 16. 3 plays later, Walker drops back and throws an absolute bullet to Harper in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Grambling! Tigers up big. But here comes Nebraska. Peters takes the delay, finds some space, and powers his way to 11. 2 plays later, Williams drops back and throws a dime to Spence, and he turns on the Jets. He sheds a tackle and is finally tripped up after a 61-yard gain. 1st and goal, Nebraska. Potts tries to take the sweep, but gets stuffed by Dan Bird. Then Williams with the play action, and he decides to tuck it. He finds a lane and stiff arms his way into the end zone. Nebraska down 11. But here come the Tigers. Walker drops back, rolls out to his left, and just takes off. He weaves and steps out after a 9-yard gain. New set of downs. Walker goes back to the air, loads up, and throws a back shoulder to Smith, and he comes down with it at the 2-yard line. Next play, Walker goes back to the air and hits O'Connor in the end zone. Touchdown, Grambling! Tigers up 28-10. Nebraska takes over, and Williams is showing off his arm, hitting pull, streaking down the sideline, and he's off to the races. Nugent finally catches up to him at the 10-yard line. Then Williams drops back, but the rush gets to him again, and Mike Anderson gets the sack. 2 plays later, Williams drops back, tries to get rid of it quick, and gets picked off by Ken Johnson, and he's bringing it out. The corner gets it back out to the 35-yard line. Turnover number 2 for GSU. And that will send us to the half with the Tigers dominating 35-10. GSU has completely shut down the Nebraska offense, and the GSU offense looks unbeatable. Start at third, Jackson finds the lane up the middle and weaves his way to a 12-yard pickup. Then PJ gets it again, and here he goes. 2-5 turns on the Jets and picks up 20. Next play, Cody drops back and finds Antonio Walker over the middle on the slant. He turns upfield and gains 15. New set of downs, and PJ has taken over, powering his way to another 14-yard pickup. Then Walker gets into the act, keeping the option right, and he picks up 15. Next play, Walker drops back, slides in the pocket, and hits Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Grambling! Tigers pulling away, and the defense is turned. Williams drops back, tries to take off, but gets sacked by the entire defensive line. GSU takes back over. Walker keeps the option, follows behind his big blockers, and picks up 9. Then a sophomore goes to the air, hitting Carter on the drag. He catches a block from Jackson and picks up 19. Few plays later, PJ finds a hole on the left and punches it in from 8 yards out. Touchdown, Grambling! Tigers break 40. But the Cornhuskers are still fighting. Williams swings it out to Peters. He makes one miss and picks up 8. Then the big QB drops back and decides to take off, finding a lane on the right and picking up 9. The drive will continue. Williams hits his check down Peters, and he turns upfield and picks up 13. Next play, Williams goes back to the air, tries to escape right, gets hit, and goes airborne for the sack. What a hit! But he would be okay, and check out this throw from Williams to Williams. He sheds a tackle and gets into the end zone. Tigers still up 42-17. Next GSU possession, Walker comes out throwing, hitting Antonio on the curl, and he spins his way to 14. Next play, Jackson finds a hole on the left and powers his way to another 14-yard gain. New set of downs, Walker drops back, rolls out, and threads the needle to Antonio for 18 more. And the sensational sophomore continues his hot hand, avoiding the blitz and connecting with Carter on the outside for another first. Few plays later, PJ gets into the end zone for the 3rd time today. Touchdown, Grambling! Tigers up 49-17. And the G-man look to close it out. Williams drops back, tries to run up the middle, and gets sacked by Nick Sellers. It's 4th down. Williams goes back to the air, and he hits his running back on the check down, but he gets gang tackled short of the marker, and that would do it. GSU would add on 2 more scores, rolling big, 63-17. What a day for Cody Walker, 319 yards through the air, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. On the ground, Pierre Jackson finished with 186 yards and 4 scores. Out wide, 4 different receivers caught TD passes on the day. And on defense, the G-men had 8 sacks and forced 3 interceptions. Domination continues for Grambling State. But up next for the Tigers, hated foe Southern University inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The Tigers in this dynasty are undefeated against the Jags and are looking to keep it that way. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new, and don't forget to ring that bell and join the Noti Squad and hit those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and IG at Big C Got Game. And we'll talk in the next one. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.